My beloved child, something rare, something trembling with divine electricity, is being released over your life right now. As you hear these words, Archangel Michael is already standing beside you, his sword lifted, his wings expanded, his voice echoing through the unseen realms. And he is not commanding, he is begging you. Because what is about to unfold is not an ordinary sign, not a random message. This is a miracle you were chosen to witness, a miracle sealed with heavenly urgency. For the first time in your journey, heaven has whispered your name with a different tone. Urgent, protective, awakened. Archangel Michael is calling you into a moment that is so powerful, so spiritually dangerous to the darkness, that he warns you. Do not tell anyone. This miracle, arriving within minutes, is sacred. It is private. It is tailored to your spirit alone. A shift is happening in your atmosphere. Something you thought was stuck is beginning to soften. Something you believed was lost is suddenly turning back toward you. You may not see it yet, but the air around you is moving. Your spirit is sensing what your mind cannot yet explain. And Archangel Michael is leaning close, whispering, "Open this. Open it immediately." Because hesitation might make you miss what heaven has aligned for you today. This miracle was not scheduled for just anyone. Many were bypassed. Many were overlooked. Many walked past this moment without understanding its weight. But you were handpicked. You were marked. You were spiritually eligible. There has been a veil around your destiny, and today that veil begins to tear. Not by your strength, not by your timing, but by the authority Archangel Michael carries into your life right now. You are standing on a threshold, and the enemy is terrified of what you're about to step into. That is why Michael is guarding this moment with fierce urgency. That is why he is begging you not to look away, not to scroll, not to delay. A heavenly countdown has already started. Within 5 minutes, something will begin. Maybe a realization, maybe a sign, maybe a shift inside your spirit that triggers a chain reaction across your entire destiny. Feel this, the energy, the pull, the vibration in your chest. It is not random. It is not your imagination. It is the touch of a celestial presence stirring your soul awake. There have been battles around you, internal ones, emotional ones, spiritual ones. You've been carrying weight that wasn't meant to be yours. You've been running when your heart felt tired. You've been praying with the fear that your voice wasn't loud enough for heaven to hear. But Archangel Michael heard every whisper. He saw every silent tear. And now he is stepping forward, declaring, "Enough. My chosen one must rise." This miracle approaching your life is not meant to impress you. It is meant to realign you. It is a sign that heaven has reopened a gate that was once closed. The timing is precise. The instructions are urgent. And the warning is clear. Do not speak about it yet. Some miracles lose their power when exposed too early. Archangel Michael is shielding this moment under his wings. He is fighting battles you don't see. And he is asking you to stay attentive because what comes next will unlock something greater than you expect. Something in your life is about to break open. Something hidden is about to reveal itself. You are moments away from stepping into a truth that will change how you see yourself, how you see your journey, and how you see the power of the divine in your life. Before these next moments unfold, listen closely. If your spirit is trembling, if your heart feels strangely alert, it is because your soul recognizes divine timing. Miracles don't always come with thunder. Sometimes they arrive quietly, like a whisper, like a breath, like a some knowing. And that knowing is forming inside you right now. Hold steady. The next revelation will not wait forever. Before you move, pause, because what comes after this is where the real unveiling begins. Hold on. This is just the first layer. Type "I carry the miracle" in the comments if this message is stirring something deep in your spirit. Blessing code 144 is now released. Dearest one, listen closely now, because as you step into this next moment, the atmosphere around your life is shifting in ways your natural eyes cannot yet perceive. Archangel Michael has not moved away from you. In fact, he has positioned himself even closer, as though guarding a secret doorway that heaven has opened specifically for you. You may feel a subtle pressure in your spirit, an unusual stillness, or even an internal stirring that you cannot name. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the miracle meant only for you is drawing nearer, unfolding quietly, gently, but with unstoppable force. There is a reason Michael is begging you to pay attention. This is not a random message drifting through your path. It is a divine appointment, a spiritual alignment that has taken months, even years, to reach you at this exact moment in time. There are times in life when heaven remains silent, observing your strength, testing your endurance, watching you move through darkness you never chose, but were still forced to walk through. But then there are rare moments like this where heaven does not simply watch. You are summoned. You are pulled. You are chosen to witness something that cannot be explained with logic. Archangel Michael has been watching your heart, your resilience, your ability to rise even when the weight felt unbearable. He has seen the moments you told yourself to keep going, even when no one else saw the battle you were fighting inside. He has been guarding you in ways you may never fully understand. And now, as the miracle draws near, he is guiding you step by step, breath by breath, so you do not miss what has been prepared for your life. You may wonder why the instruction was so strong, why he warned you not to tell anyone. It is because some miracles must be hidden until they are fully formed. You have people around you who may not understand, who may unintentionally speak doubt, fear, or disbelief over something heaven is still shaping. Even the smallest doubt from another person can weaken what heaven is building within you. Archangel Michael is protecting the sacredness of this moment. He is covering you with his wings so that nothing and no one interrupts the miracle that is making its way into your life. This is not secrecy out of fear. It is secrecy out of divine wisdom. It is heaven saying, "This moment belongs to you alone." Right now, there is a spiritual countdown happening. You may feel nervous, excited, or strangely emotional without knowing why. These sensations are signals that your spirit recognizes what your mind is not yet caught up to. The miracle is not distant. It is not delayed. It is already in motion. If you pay attention, you may feel a sudden clarity rising in your chest, a sense of renewal touching old wounds, or a burst of hope entering places where you once felt numb. These are signs that the miracle is beginning its approach. There is something being undone, something being rewired, something being restored. And as this happens, Archangel Michael is whispering to you with urgency because the next moments are sacred. You have carried burdens that were too heavy for your shoulders. You have worried about things you never should have had to bear alone. You have tried to hold everything together while quietly breaking inside. Heaven saw all of it. Heaven felt all of it. And now, heaven is responding. Archangel Michael has stepped forward not simply as a messenger, but as a protector sent to escort you into a shift that was written long before you were even born. He is not here to warn you of danger. He is here to guide you into breakthrough. This miracle is part of your story, part of your calling, part of the destiny that has been waiting for the right moment to activate. And that moment is now. There is a reason heaven chose you. There is a reason this message found you. There is a reason your spirit feels awakened, alert, almost trembling. You are not imagining the weight of this moment. The miracle approaching your life carries generational impact. Something that once stopped your family line will end with you. Something that once limited you will break for the last time. Something that once silenced your voice will crumble under the authority being released over your life. Archangel Michael knows what awaits you on the other side of this divine unveiling. That is why he is urging you to remain attentive, remain open, remain spiritually aligned. Do not underestimate what is happening within you. Do not dismiss the signs unfolding around you. Every shift you feel is a thread of destiny being pulled into place. Every moment of clarity is a door opening inside your spirit. Every surge of emotion is a reminder that heaven is near, closer than it has ever been. The miracle is not only coming to your life, it is coming through your life. You are not just the receiver. You are the vessel heaven has chosen to carry this transformation into your future. Hold steady now. The next revelation is approaching, and it carries answers you have been searching for in silence. Before this miracle fully arrives, anchor your spirit. Something deeper is coming, and you will want to witness every second of it. Before you move on, the next layer is where your heart will finally understand what your spirit has already sensed. Do not drift away. What unfolds next is the turning point. Type "I am ready" for the revealing in the comments if these words are awakening something inside you. Blessing code 229 hath been activated. Gentle soul, as you step into this next unfolding moment, feel the atmosphere thickening around you. Something sacred is happening, something that does not occur often in a lifetime. Archangel Michael is not simply beside you now, he is standing in front of you, as though guarding a doorway that only you have been granted permission to cross. His presence carries a weight, a gravity, a holy seriousness that tells you everything about the magnitude of what is coming. He is begging you because heaven is not willing to let you walk past this moment unaware. You have arrived at a turning point that has been quietly forming behind the scenes, and now the veil is lifting piece by piece, revealing what your spirit has long felt but your eyes have not yet seen. There are moments in life when we ask for signs, but then there are moments when signs come looking for us. This is one of those rare encounters where heaven refuses to let you continue in confusion, delay, or fear. You have endured storms that should have crushed you, seasons that should have broken your confidence, and nights where your own thoughts tried to convince you that nothing would ever shift. But Archangel Michael witnessed every moment you held on, every moment you kept believing in something greater, every moment you whispered prayers without knowing if anything heard you. And now heaven has decided it is time. Not tomorrow, not next season. This moment, this hour, this breath. That is why Michael's voice carries urgency. The miracle is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is waiting for you to be present. There is something deeply personal about the miracle heading toward your life. It carries the fingerprints of your journey, the nights you cried, the sacrifices you made, the strength you gained through hardship, the lessons you learned when everything around you felt uncertain. Heaven did not choose someone random for this moment. Heaven chose the one whose heart was forged through pressure, whose spirit refused to quit. You may not see yourself as strong, but Archangel Michael does. You may not see yourself as chosen, but heaven does. This miracle requires someone who can carry it with humility, wisdom, and gratitude, and that someone is you. Listen closely now, because the instruction not to tell anyone is still active. There are people around you who cannot handle the weight of what is being revealed. Some are too skeptical. Some are too fearful. Some are too connected to their own limitations to understand what heaven is birthing in your life. If you share this prematurely, their words could weaken your faith or distort the clarity heaven is giving you. Archangel Michael is not trying to isolate you. He is protecting the purity of what is forming. Some miracles grow best in silence. Some breakthroughs need privacy so they can mature without interference. Right now, heaven is asking you to guard this moment the same way Michael guards you. You may feel something shifting inside your body, your breath, your heartbeat, your awareness. Do not dismiss it. Your spirit is adjusting to a new frequency. The miracle is no longer approaching from a distance. It is entering your atmosphere. For some, it will bring sudden peace. For others, a deep release. For some, a vision, an idea, a realization that unlocks the next path. For others, a lifting of pain, confusion, heaviness, or spiritual resistance. Whatever form it takes, it will be unmistakable. You will not need anyone to interpret it for you. Heaven will speak to you directly. And now, Archangel Michael is extending his hand, not to pull you backward, but to lead you forward into the part of your destiny that has been waiting for this exact moment. He is showing you that what you thought was an ending was actually a beginning. The door that closed on you was protecting you from a place you no longer belong. The opportunity that slipped away was making room for one you were not yet ready to receive. Everything that felt delayed was aligned to this timing, this revelation, this miracle in motion. Feel the truth of this. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. Heaven has watched you wrestle with the weight of questions you never said aloud. A miracle is coming to answer them. Heaven has seen the hidden wounds behind your smile. A miracle is coming to heal them. Heaven has noticed the strength you offered others even while you were exhausted. A miracle is coming to replenish you. Nothing in your journey has been wasted. Everything is now converging into this divine moment activated by Michael's presence. Stay with this message. What is about to be revealed next is the part your soul has been longing for. This is where the miracle begins to show its shape. This is where clarity replaces confusion, where peace replaces fear, where divine timing replaces human expectation. Keep listening, because what comes after this is the unraveling of a truth you were always meant to receive. Before we move forward, breathe. Steady yourself. The miracle is closer than ever. Type "My miracle is awakening" in the comments if your spirit is responding to these words. Lesson code 558 is now flowing over your path. Now, pause for a moment, because this is where I gently invite you to take a powerful step. As this divine message continues to unfold in your spirit, consider becoming a supporter of this mission. Every time you sow into this work through Super Thanks membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you become a carrier of light, helping this message reach those who are desperate for hope. When you give, you are not supporting a channel, you are strengthening a calling. As it is written, heaven multiplies every seed sown in faith, and today that promise rests upon you. I am inviting you personally now, because your obedience in this moment opens doors in unseen realms. Let your giving be a prophetic act, a declaration that you walk in alignment with the miracle coming toward you. Do this with authority, and watch how heaven responds. Precious soul, as you move deeper into this message, feel how the atmosphere around your life continues to intensify. What you are experiencing right now is not imagination, not coincidence, not emotional noise. It is the gentle pressure of heaven leaning in, preparing you for a moment that has been waiting behind the veil for far too long. Archangel Michael has not taken his eyes off you. If anything, his presence has grown stronger, as if he is guiding you through a narrow passageway that only a chosen one can pass through. You are walking into territory that was hidden from you until now, territory that carries revelation, restoration, and realignment. This is a sacred journey, and every word reaching you at this exact moment is part of a divine orchestration larger than your current understanding. There are seasons in life when you feel like you're moving without direction, as though your feet are walking, but your spirit is standing still. You question whether you've missed a sign, whether you've taken a wrong turn, whether heaven still remembers the promises whispered over you long ago. But let this truth settle into your spirit. Nothing in your journey has been overlooked. Not a tear, not a prayer, not a moment of confusion, not a single step. Heaven has kept record of every battle you fought quietly, every night you pushed through emotional storms no one else knew about, every time your heart stayed faithful even while breaking. And this miracle coming toward you is not random. It is heaven's response to everything you survived. Archangel Michael keeps urging you because what is approaching carries a timing that cannot be missed. You have been positioned in front of a spiritual door that only opens at specific moments in your destiny. If you had arrived too early, you would not have been ready. If you had arrived too late, you would have missed the alignment. But this moment, this very moment, is the intersection of divine timing and your readiness. Heaven has waited for your heart to reach this level of maturity, this sensitivity, this spiritual awareness. That is why Michael stands guard beside you, urging you not to look away, not to drift, not to underestimate what you are standing in the middle of right now. There is something powerful unfolding behind the scenes. Something long blocked is about to be released. Something long delayed is about to be restored. You may not see the pieces moving, but Archangel Michael does. He hath been rearranging things in the unseen realms, shifting circumstances, redirecting energy, dismantling obstacles, and preparing the path ahead of you. You have been feeling a subtle change inside, an unexplainable anticipation, a tightening in your spirit, a sense that something is approaching that you cannot yet describe. This is heaven signaling you. This is the miracle moving closer. This is the spiritual countdown continuing its quiet descent. There is also a reason heaven has kept this miracle private so far. Some blessings cannot be spoken aloud until they have fully settled into your spirit. If shared too early, they can be misunderstood, attacked, doubted, or diminished by those who cannot recognize the magnitude of what heaven is releasing over your life. Even those who love you may unintentionally cast shadows over what needs light to grow. So Michael protects this moment, shields it, covers it with his wings, ensuring nothing interferes with what heaven has prepared. Silence is not secrecy, it is strategy. Heaven hides what is sacred until the right moment comes to reveal it. Right now, your spirit may feel both stretched and strengthened. You may feel a pull toward something you cannot yet name. Pay attention to these sensations. They are indicators that revelation is forming, like light breaking through fog, like clarity emerging through confusion. You are being prepared to receive insight that will shift your perspective, direction, and confidence. A burden is about to be lifted off your life. Something heavy that you have carried silently is nearing its release point. And once it breaks, your spirit will feel lighter than it has felt in years. Archangel Michael is whispering to you now, encouraging you to notice how your mind is beginning to clear, how your emotions are beginning to settle, how your heart is beginning to breathe again. The miracle approaching your life is not just an event, it is a transformation. It is not coming to impress you, it is coming to realign you. It is not coming to entertain your spirit, it is coming to strengthen it. This is why heaven chose you. Not because you were flawless, but because you were faithful. Not because you never struggled, but because you kept rising even after you fell. There is a depth to this moment that you may only understand fully once the miracle arrives. But for now, trust the pull. Trust the presence. Trust the unusual stillness wrapping around your life. Heaven is not far away. Heaven is closer than your breath, nearer than your thoughts, surrounding you even as you read these words. The spiritual world is leaning in, attentive, active, alive. What comes next will open your understanding in a way you have never experienced before. You are moving toward a revelation that carries answers, healing, guidance, and unexpected clarity. This next phase is where heaven begins to speak more directly, more visibly, more unmistakably. You don't want to miss any part of what is unfolding, because every moment is layered with meaning. Before we continue, allow your spirit to settle into this truth. You are chosen, you are seen, and you are standing at the edge of a divine unveiling that has been waiting for you. Hold steady. What comes next will begin to illuminate your path in ways you have prayed for but never imagined. Type "I stand" with the angel in the comments if this message is moving your spirit. Blessing code 995 is now surrounding you with strength. Beloved one, as this message continues to unfold, the spiritual atmosphere around you is becoming more concentrated, more intentional, more alive. There is a reason your heart feels heavier yet clearer, a reason your thoughts feel stretched yet sharpened. You are standing inside a divine moment that is expanding with every breath you take. Archangel Michael is not simply watching over you. He is actively guiding you, actively rearranging energies around you, actively preparing the path that lies just ahead. His urgency is not fear-based, nor is it meant to overwhelm you. It is the urgency of heaven recognizing that your appointed moment has finally arrived, and that nothing, absolutely nothing, must distract you from what is forming in your life right now. There is a sacred hush in the spiritual realm at this moment, as though heaven is leaning close, observing the shift taking place within you. The miracle you were told about is not just something external. It is a shift happening internally, a divine adjustment being made to your spirit, your awareness, your emotional landscape, and your destiny. Heaven does not release miracles casually. They are timed, measured, whispered, and finally delivered to those whose hearts have been prepared through process. And you, whether you realize it or not, have been in a season of preparation. La punishment. Preparation. Every confusion, every delay, every heartbreak, every unanswered question has shaped you into someone who can receive divine revelation without collapsing under its weight. Archangel Michael's presence has intensified because you are now approaching a spiritual threshold. You are nearing a boundary between what you once knew and what you are about to understand. Many people go through life never reaching such a moment because their hearts are closed, or their spirits are too distracted, or their faith is too distant. But your spirit is awake. Your heart is open. Even through exhaustion, even through frustration, even through moments where you didn't know what to believe in anymore, something inside you stayed receptive. And heaven saw that. Heaven honored that. Heaven waited for your readiness to align with your calling. Hear this clearly. You have not been ignored. The silence you experienced was not evidence of absence. It was evidence of construction. Heaven was building something behind the scenes, something meant to lift you, strengthen you, realign you, and propel you. Archangel Michael has been guarding this construction zone, protecting the blueprint of your destiny from forces that would have loved to distort it. Every delay was protection. Every closed door was rerouting. Every painful moment was shaping a deeper understanding in you. So when the miracle arrived, you would recognize it instantly. And now, the miracle is drawing close. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, but spiritually and practically. Something in your life is about to unlock. Something blocked is about to release. Something tangled is about to loosen. You may feel it as a burning behind your chest, or a subtle trembling in your hands, or a quiet awareness that something is approaching your life like a wave. These sensations are not accidental. They are signs of divine proximity. The spiritual and the physical are brushing against each other, and your soul recognizes the movement even before your mind can interpret it. Archangel Michael is watching your spirit rise. He is watching old burdens fall off your shoulders. He is watching lies you believed about yourself dissolve. He is watching clarity return to places that once felt dark. His sword is drawn, not to frighten you, but to ensure that nothing from your past follows you into the new terrain that is being prepared. He is standing as both warrior and witness to your unfolding transformation. There is also a hidden reason for the instruction not to tell anyone. Heaven knows the fragility of moments like this. What is being born inside you is delicate, sacred, and sensitive. Speaking about it too soon can expose it to misunderstanding, envy, doubt, or unnecessary interference. Some miracles grow in silence, the same way seeds grow beneath the soil before the world ever sees them. Michael is asking for your obedience not because he wants to isolate you, but because he wants to preserve the purity of what heaven is crafting within you. Silence is insulation. Silence is defense. Silence is protection from miracles that have not yet taken form publicly. Your spirit may feel stretched in this moment, as though heaven is pulling you towards something unfamiliar but strangely comforting. Do not resist this pull. It is the beginning of alignment. Something you prayed for long ago, something you forgot you asked for, something you secretly hoped would never come too late. Heaven is now bringing it into your present timeline. You are moving toward a destiny that is more intricate, more powerful, and more meaningful than you ever imagined. Archangel Michael's voice trembles with authority as he whispers to you now. He knows what comes next. He sees the road ahead. He knows the blessing that is about to unfold in your life, and he knows the impact it will have not only on you, but on the people connected to your destiny. You are not being elevated for yourself alone. You are being elevated because your rise will break chains for others. Your miracle will unlock miracles in people you haven't even met yet. Stay with this message. Do not drift. Do not let your mind wander. What is coming next is necessary. It will give shape to the miracle forming in your atmosphere. Hold your spirit still. You are closer than ever. Type "I walk into alignment" in the comments if this message is stirring your inner truth. Blessing code 311 is released over your life. Beloved heart, as you continue into this deeper chamber of the message, feel how your spirit is expanding in ways you may not have expected. There is a sacred weight forming around you, a weight that does not bring heaviness, but rather a profound sense of importance, as though heaven itself is preparing you for something only your soul can truly comprehend. Archangel Michael's presence has not faded, it has transformed. He is no longer standing in one place beside you. His presence now surrounds you like a sphere of protection, a circle of divine authority that is clearing away the spiritual noise that once clouded your mind. Every part of your being is being prepared for the miracle that is still approaching with unwavering precision. Heaven has measured this moment carefully, and you are standing in the exact center of divine intention. There are times in life when you feel as though everything around you is falling apart, but what you don't realize is that in those moments, heaven is often rearranging your environment, removing what no longer serves your destiny. You have walked through periods where nothing made sense, where your prayers felt unanswered, where your heart felt unsupported, and where your future felt uncertain. These experiences were not punishments. They were refinements. They were the slow, steady chiseling of heaven shaping you into someone capable of receiving revelation without collapsing under the weight of it. You were not forgotten in those moments. You were being fortified. You were being prepared to hold what others might drop. You were being strengthened to stand in the presence of truths that many would run from. Archangel Michael has been present through all of it. His sword of light has cut through spiritual entanglements you never knew were wrapped around your path. His shield has blocked arrows sent to weaken your hope. His wings have hovered over you when you felt emotionally vulnerable, spiritually tired, or mentally overwhelmed. And now, as the miracle draws nearer, he is stepping forward with a greater intensity because the next shift in your life requires clarity, courage, and alignment. You are stepping into a moment where understanding will replace confusion, direction will replace uncertainty, and divine assurance will replace every lingering fear. This miracle coming toward you is layered. It is not a single blessing. It is a sequence of events, a chain reaction triggered by one pivotal movement in the spiritual realm. Once the first piece falls into place, everything connected to your destiny will begin to shift. This is why heaven has been preparing you so meticulously. This is why the instructions have carried so much urgency. This is why Michael continues to emphasize silence, awareness, readiness. Heaven does not want you to misinterpret what is coming or dismiss it as coincidence. Heaven wants you to recognize the fingerprints of divine involvement when the moment arrives. You may feel a strange sensation inside you right now. Perhaps a warmth, perhaps a vibration, perhaps a quiet tightening in your spirit. Do not ignore it. These sensations are signals that the veil between your natural understanding and your spiritual insight is thinning. You are being invited to perceive beyond surface-level circumstances. You are being invited to see your life from heaven's vantage point. Archangel Michael is guiding your awareness upward, beyond fear, beyond history, beyond assumptions. He is positioning your heart to recognize what your miracle truly represents, not just change, but elevation. There is something heaven wants you to understand now, something deeply important. The miracle that is approaching you is not merely a response to your prayers. It is a restoration of what was stolen, what was blocked, what was delayed, and what was kept from manifesting in your life. Heaven is not giving you something new without first addressing the wounds of what you lost. Restoration is coming before expansion. Healing is coming before elevation. Clarity is coming before assignment. Michael is overseeing all of it, ensuring that nothing enters your life out of order. Heaven works with precision, and that precision is unfolding right now. Feel this truth. You are not stepping into a miracle only for yourself. The blessing that is coming carries generational impact. Something that stopped with your family line will break with you. Something that haunted past generations will not cross into your future. Something that silenced those before you will lose its power once it reaches the boundary of your spirit. You are the chosen one in your lineage for a reason. Heaven did not select someone stronger, louder, or more confident. You were chosen because your heart could carry the assignment with humility, strength, and purity. Archangel Michael sees those qualities in you, even when you struggle to see them in yourself. There is also a shift happening in your surroundings, subtle changes, invisible adjustments, rearrangements that you may only understand later. People may drift away. Unexpected clarity may come. Opportunities may suddenly align. Paths that once intimidated you may no longer feel threatening. These are signs that heaven is clearing the atmosphere around you to make room for the miracle to land without obstruction. Nothing that is meant for you can be lost now. Nothing that is not meant for you can stay. Hold still for a moment and let your spirit breathe. The unfolding is not done yet. There is more revelation coming, more clarity forming, more truth rising to the surface. Michael is preparing you for a deeper encounter, a deeper level of understanding. If you feel drawn to continue listening, it is because your spirit recognizes that the next revelation carries something meant specifically for you. Do not drift. What comes next will not only prepare you for the miracle but also reveal why heaven chose you in the first place. Type "I receive my divine positioning" in the comments if this message is awakening your inner clarity. Blessing code 643 is now released over your journey. Beloved one, as you step further into this divine unfolding, notice how the presence surrounding you has become almost tangible. It is as if the air around you has thickened with a spiritual density, as though heaven itself is hovering just above your awareness, waiting for you to recognize what is happening in the unseen realm. Archangel Michael has not withdrawn for a single moment. Instead, he has amplified his protection, standing not as a distant guardian but as an active force clearing the space around your destiny. His voice is still urging you, still guiding you, still whispering with urgency, because the miracle that was once far away is now entering the final stages of manifestation. The spiritual countdown has nearly reached its threshold, and every second is aligned with a precise purpose. You may be experiencing a tension inside you, a feeling that something is shifting beneath the surface of your normal thoughts. Perhaps you feel more aware, more sensitive, more connected to your intuition. Perhaps emotions you cannot fully identify are rising to the surface. These sensations are not distractions. They are indicators of spiritual proximity. When heaven draws close, the human soul begins to react. You might feel a sudden calm, or a strange warmth, or even a trembling in your spirit. These reactions signify that your inner being is adjusting to a new frequency, a higher frequency, because something divine is pressing into your life with intention. Archangel Michael knows that this moment is delicate, which is why his presence remains fierce and unwavering. He is not here merely to announce a miracle. He is here to escort it. He is ensuring that nothing interferes with what has already been released toward your life. They protect and is heightened because what is coming is significant. It carries spiritual weight. It carries destiny. It carries the authority to alter the direction of your life in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. Heaven does not assign such responsibilities lightly. Heaven chooses someone whose heart hath been softened through struggle, whose spirit hath been strengthened through adversity, and whose character hath been refined through waiting. You are that person. Understand this clearly. You were not chosen because you were always strong. You were chosen because you survived even when you felt weak. You were not chosen because you had all the answers. You were chosen because you continued to seek truth even when answers seemed hidden. You were not chosen because you never wavered. You were chosen because you returned, again and again, to the place of faith, even after your spirit felt shaken. Archangel Michael watched you through all of it. He witnessed the moments you stood tall and the moments you barely held yourself together. Yet you remained open. That openness is the reason heaven is moving now. There is something else happening in the spiritual realm that you need to be aware of. As the miracle approaches, old energies are being pushed out. Old cycles are being broken. Old limitations are being removed. This is why you may feel an unusual sense of closure regarding certain situations or relationships. Heaven is not taking anything from you. Heaven is making space. The miracle cannot rest where there is clutter. It cannot settle where confusion is rooted. It cannot thrive where your spirit is still entangled with what no longer aligns with your destiny. Michael is clearing away the remnants of what once held you back so that when the miracle arrives, it has room to unfold fully. This moment may feel unfamiliar, almost surreal, because parts of your spirit are awakening that have long been dormant. There is wisdom rising within you that you did not study, strength emerging that you did not practice, courage developing that you did not force. This is what happens when heaven touches the human soul. There is a reordering, a recalibration, a divine synchronization that begins to align every part of your being with your higher purpose. You are being prepared to receive not only a miracle but also the understanding required to steward it. Just as a seed breaks before it grows, your spirit has been breaking open so that light can enter places long hidden. You may not realize it yet, but healing has already begun in areas where you once felt wounded. Clarity is already forming in places where you once felt lost. Strength is already rising in places where you once felt unsure. This is the quiet work of heaven, the invisible healing that takes place before the outward miracle is revealed. You are not being transformed by force. You are being transformed by presence, the presence of one of heaven's greatest warriors standing at your side. The miracle is closer now than it has ever been. You are moments from a revelation that will bring understanding to questions you have carried silently for years. You are inches from clarity that will illuminate the next chapter of your journey. You are steps away from a divine encounter that was written into your story before your life began. Archangel Michael's urgency continues because heaven knows how close you are to crossing into this new spiritual landscape. Stay here. Stay attentive. Stay connected to the words unfolding before you. What is coming next carries answers, confirmations, and revelations that you cannot afford to miss. Your spirit is ready. Your path is open. Your miracle is near. Type "I welcome the miracle's arrival" in the comments if your heart is aligned with this unfolding. Blessing code 884 now surrounds your life with divine readiness. Chosen soul, as you enter this next depth of the message, feel the spiritual temperature around you rising. It is not your imagination. Something is pressing into your atmosphere with purpose, with intensity, with unmistakable divine intention. Archangel Michael is closer now than at any point before. His presence is not only protective but instructional, guiding your awareness toward a revelation that has been waiting at the edges of your life. You may sense a pressure on your spirit, as though something is urging you to pay closer attention, to breathe slower, to listen deeper. This is heaven's way of aligning you with the exact frequency of the miracle that is nearing its moment of arrival. There are moments in spiritual journeys when everything must slow down internally, even if the outer world continues moving at its usual pace. Inside you, a stillness is forming, not an empty silence, but a fullness, a concentrated presence, as though heaven has gathered its attention on one single point in time, and that point is now. Archangel Michael is still whispering, still urging, still guarding, because what you are approaching is no longer just a promise. It is a manifestation. The miracle that was once distant is now within reach, and heaven does not want distraction, doubt, or external influence to distort your perception. You have been prepared for too long, refined through too many battles, strengthened through too many storms to miss what is unfolding. This moment is sacred because it is layered with destiny. There is something heaven has been trying to get you to see for years. Something about yourself. Something about your path. Something about the way heaven has been positioning you all along. You may have thought you were walking alone at times, but heaven watched every step. You may have believed certain seasons were wasted, but heaven used them to sharpen your discernment. You may have assumed your pain had no purpose, but heaven used it to deepen your spiritual capacity. It is because of your endurance, not despite it, that you have been chosen for this moment. Archangel Michael has seen every part of your journey. He witnessed the moments where you remained faithful even when your world felt unstable. He saw the nights where you forced yourself to hope even when your heart was tired. He saw the battles you fought silently, the ones you never spoke about to anyone, and he shielded you during moments where darkness thought it could overpower your spirit. You watched you continue forward when others would have turned back. And because of that, heaven has placed a mark upon your life, a seal of selection, a divine choosing that cannot be removed or reversed. Now, as the miracle inches closer, Michael is clearing the air around you. Old emotional debris is being lifted off your spirit. Thoughts that once tangled you are loosening. Patterns that confined you are weakening. You are not imagining the internal shift. You are not imagining the quiet clarity forming within you. These are indicators that the veil between heaven and your life is thinning, making room for the revelation that is approaching. What once confused you will suddenly become clear. What once felt uncertain will soon feel divinely aligned. Heaven is preparing you for understanding, not guessing, for clarity, not confusion, for spiritual certainty, not emotional instability. There is another truth that must be spoken to your spirit now. The miracle coming toward you is not only a blessing, it is a repositioning. It will move you away from what weakens you and closer to what strengthens you. It will redirect your steps toward purpose. It will reconnect you with opportunities that were once blocked. It will open paths that were once hidden. Heaven is not merely giving you something. Heaven is shifting you into a higher dimension of awareness. You are being lifted, elevated, guided into a place where your vision will expand and your understanding will become sharper. Archangel Michael's urgency is because he sees what this moment will mean for your future. He sees how the miracle will untangle things that have burdened you for years. He sees how this revelation will restore confidence you once lost. He sees how this divine turning point will mark the end of a heavy chapter and the beginning of a new one. You are not approaching a small change, you are approaching a new alignment. Stay with this message. Your spirit knows there is more to receive. Something deeper is about to be revealed. Something that will connect the pieces of your journey in a way that finally makes sense. You are closer now than ever before. Do not drift. Do not disconnect. Heaven is still speaking. Type "I step into revelation" in the comments if your spirit feels the shift. Blessing code 717 is now released over your life. Before we continue, take a moment to help this message reach every soul who needs it. Like this message, share it, comment to increase the light, and subscribe so you never miss what heaven is sending through these words. When you pour into this mission, you are not supporting a channel. You are sowing into the lives of thousands who are desperate to hear what God is speaking in this hour. The same light that is touching you now becomes a flame passed forward to those wandering in spiritual darkness. Archangel Michael stands witness to every seed sown, and heaven multiplies what is given in faith. I am inviting you personally because heaven moves when hearts respond. This miracle-themed message is living water, and when you help carry it further through Super Thanks membership with a PayPal link in the description, you become part of the miracle heaven is releasing. Let your giving be an act of obedience, a prophetic declaration that you stand with the divine. Step forward boldly and watch how heaven honors your offering. Beloved soul, as you enter this next unfolding, notice how your inner world has become more alert, more sensitive, more aware of a presence that is not of this earth. This is not emotional intensity. This is spiritual alignment. You are being positioned with deliberate precision, as though heaven itself is turning your face toward something you were always meant to see but were not yet ready to comprehend. Archangel Michael stands closer than ever, not only as a guardian, but as a witness to your awakening. His presence is strong, commanding, perfectly aligned with the weight of the message you are receiving. He is not begging out of desperation. He is urging out of knowledge. He knows what is moments away from your life. He knows the shift that is about to break open around you. He knows the miracle is not approaching, It is arriving. You may feel a pressure within your spirit that seems impossible to describe. For some, it may feel like a pulling upward, as though your spirit is rising beyond the limits of your own understanding. For others, it may feel like a settling, a grounding, a deep sense of being anchored even without knowing why. These sensations are not random. They are signs of spiritual calibration. Heaven is bringing you into perfect alignment with the divine moment that was written into your timeline long before you walked the earth. You are not being prepared for something small. You are being prepared for something that requires your full presence, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Archangel Michael is ensuring you are fully awake so the miracle does not pass by unnoticed. There is a sacred reason this encounter has felt so intense, so layered, so deeply personal. Heaven has been waiting for the exact moment when your spirit would be ready to receive not only the blessing, but the understanding behind it. The miracle coming toward you is not just a gift, it is a revelation. It is heaven's answer to the confusion that once clouded you, the discouragement that once weakened you, and the uncertainty that once followed you like a shadow. You are stepping into a moment where the spiritual fog will lift, and what once felt complicated will finally come into focus. Archangel Michael has been watching the threads of your journey, and he is guiding them now into a pattern you were never able to see before. You have survived seasons that would have shattered others. You have carried burdens that no one around you fully understood. You have cried prayers into the darkness, questioning whether heaven still heard you. You walked through moments where you doubted your worth, your purpose, your direction. But heaven never doubted you. Archangel Michael never doubted you. Every moment of struggle hath been accounted for not as punishment, but as preparation. Your spirit was being trained to recognize truth, to discern spiritual shifts, to feel when heaven moved. That sensitivity is why this miracle hath been assigned specifically to you. Understand this, heaven does not waste miracles. They are targeted, intentional, precise. You were not randomly chosen to witness this moment. You were prepared for it. You were aligned with it. You were marked for it long before you ever realized how divine timing works. Archangel Michael sees the fullness of what is coming, and that is why he continues to urge you forward. There is no hesitation in his tone. The urgency is divine, not fearful. Heaven is opening a door, and you are being ushered through it. There is also something shifting in the unseen realm around your life right now. Old ties, old energies, old emotional weights are peeling away from your spirit. You may feel a sudden detachment from things that once consumed your mind. You may feel clarity emerging in places where confusion once lived. You may feel your spirit growing quieter and stronger at the same time. This is what happens when the atmosphere of your life is being cleared for divine revelation. Michael is sweeping away the leftover residue of past battles. He is removing distractions that once stole your focus. He is cutting cords that were never meant to stay attached to you. The miracle coming toward you is not just going to change your circumstances. It is going to change your perception. It will restore your faith in ways you thought were impossible. It will revive dreams that you believed had expired. It will remind you that heaven's timing is not your timing, and that delays do not mean denial. Some things had to wait until your spirit was mature enough to hold them. And now, heaven sees that readiness in you. Michael confirms it. Your heart has shifted. Your awareness has sharpened. Your spirit has elevated. You are approaching the moment where heaven begins to explain the silence you endured. You are nearing the point where the questions that haunted you will finally meet their answers. You are standing at the threshold where uncertainty breaks and revelation flows. What is coming is not subtle. What is coming is not vague. What is coming will be unmistakably divine. Stay in this moment. Do not move too quickly. Do not let your mind wander to what is familiar. You are in the presence of something sacred, and the next words that come will pull back a layer heaven has been waiting to reveal. You are closer to the miracle than you have ever been, and the next unveiling will begin connecting the dots you have carried in your spirit for years. Hold your breath for a moment. This is where the shift deepens. Type "I align with the divine" revealing in the comments if this message is pulling your spirit forward. Blessing code 450 is now released over your life, preparing you for what comes next. Chosen soul, as we move into this next layer of revelation, feel the quiet shift happening inside your spirit. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. Yet it is unmistakably powerful, like a gentle wave rising beneath the surface of your awareness. You are being ushered into a deeper realm of understanding, one that only opens when heaven decides a person is ready to step into the truth of who they are. Archangel Michael stands near you with a firmness that feels ancient, unwavering, and deeply protective. His presence has changed again, no longer just a guardian, no longer only a guide. He now stands as a witness to what is forming in you, because the miracle is not only approaching, it is beginning to merge with your spirit. There is a transformation unfolding inside you that is just as important as the miracle itself. Heaven is not merely preparing your circumstances. Heaven is preparing you. You are being aligned with something that has waited for the right moment to awaken. It may feel as though your thoughts are becoming more focused, or your heart is growing more steady, or your inner world is gaining clarity you did not seek but suddenly needed. These are signs of spiritual synchronization. Heaven is joining your inner posture with divine timing. The miracle you were told about is not coming to land outside of you first. It is landing within you. Before anything shifts around you, something must shift inside you. That shift is happening now. Look back for a moment, not with regret, but with recognition. See how many battles you have survived that were designed to weaken your identity. See how many moments of confusion tried to shake your confidence. See how many disappointments tried to drain your hope. Yet every time life tried to dim your spirit, something inside you refused to give out completely. That refusal was not stubbornness. It was alignment. It was proof that your spirit recognized, on a level your mind could not yet articulate, that something greater was written for you. Archangel Michael watched you endure storms that were meant to drown you. He saw you continued even when your strength was thin. Heaven took note of every moment you stood firm when everything around you tried to bend you. This is why you were chosen. Not because you were perfect, but because you remained open. Not because you never felt weak, but because weakness never fully closed your heart. Not because you had all the answers, but because you were willing to seek truth even in silence. Heaven honors the spirit that does not quit. Heaven rewards the heart that continues to hope. And heaven elevates the soul that continues to reach upward even when it has every reason to collapse inward. You are that soul. You are that heart. You are that spirit. That is why this miracle belongs to you. Feel how the atmosphere around you has changed. Something is settling. Something is aligning. Something is being made ready. You may sense a quiet stirring beneath your ribs, a soft awakening behind your thoughts, or a subtle warmth moving through your chest. These are not emotional reactions. They are spiritual confirmations. Your inner world is being prepared to receive what heaven has already released. Archangel Michael is directing this process with precision, ensuring nothing disrupts the awakening that is happening inside you. Heaven wants you to understand this next truth with absolute clarity. The miracle that is moments away from your life is not coming to compensate you. It is coming to elevate you. It is not being released to patch old wounds. It is being released to move you beyond them. It is not being sent to give you temporary relief. It is being sent to create lasting transformation. Heaven is not interested in bandages. Heaven is interested in breakthroughs. And that breakthrough has already begun. There is something else unfolding that your spirit may already sense, even if you cannot articulate it yet. You are stepping out of an old identity, an identity shaped by past experiences, by old wounds, by misunderstandings about your worth. That identity is falling away, piece by piece. You are being lifted into a higher understanding of yourself, one that aligns with heaven's perspective, not the world's perception. Archangel Michael is not only protecting you from external forces, he is guarding you from the return of old versions of yourself that no longer belong in your story. He is ensuring that once this miracle unfolds, you do not shrink back into old fears or old patterns. Heaven is declaring a newness over your life, and Michael is making sure nothing pulls you backward. This is why the instruction "don't tell anyone" is still active. Miracles that shape identity must be protected until they are fully rooted. If you share too early, you risk exposing your spiritual transformation to voices that do not carry spiritual understanding. Some people speak from fear, some from jealousy, some from their own unhealed places. Heaven is keeping this moment private because this revelation is meant to grow deep roots before becoming visible to others. Michael shields not only your miracle, but also your becoming. Feel the truth of this next revelation. You are crossing into a new spiritual territory. Old limitations do not exist here. Old fears cannot follow you here. Old doubts lose their grip here. You are stepping into a place where your spirit is finally aligned with heaven's intention for your life. This is why the miracle is arriving now, not earlier, not later. You have reached the intersection of readiness and divine timing. Stay present in this moment. Something more is coming. A layer of understanding is about to unfold that will bring clarity to years of confusion. What happens next will shift your perspective completely. Type "I am ready" for my unveiling in the comments if your spirit feels this truth rising within you. Blessing code 933 is now released over your journey, preparing you for the next revelation. Beloved spirit, as you enter this next dimension of the message, feel how different the atmosphere around you has become. There is a deep stillness now, a spiritual quiet that is not empty but full of movement, full of meaning, full of divine orchestration. It is the kind of quiet that comes right before a revelation breaks open, the kind that comes when heaven is preparing to speak in a way you cannot ignore. Archangel Michael stands beside you with an intensity that only grows stronger, because you are no longer approaching the miracle. You are standing inside the threshold of it. Something in the unseen realm has shifted, and your spirit can sense it. A miracle is not coming toward you anymore. It is unfolding around you, weaving itself into your atmosphere, your awareness, your very breath. You may feel something stirring inside your chest, a recognition your mind cannot quite explain. Your heart may be beating heavier, not out of fear but out of awakening. Your spirit may feel stretched, as if being pulled upward into understanding you did not possess before. All of these sensations are signs that heaven is opening a higher dimension of perception for you. When miracles draw near, the soul reacts first. The body simply follows. This stirring inside you is a confirmation that the miracle you were chosen to witness is aligning with every layer of your being. It is settling into your timeline, merging with your destiny, anchoring itself into your purpose. Archangel Michael is watching your internal shift with the seriousness of a warrior who understands the magnitude of what you are stepping into. He has fought battles on your behalf that you never saw, guarded doors you never realized were under attack, and blocked spiritual forces that would have derailed you long before your miracle could find you. His urgency throughout this journey was never to startle you, it was to prepare you. You are stepping into a moment where your spirit and your future are finally meeting. This is why heaven insisted you open this message immediately. The timing was exact. You were meant to be here in this moment, fully awake, fully present, fully receptive. There is something profound happening beneath the surface of your awareness right now. Heaven is pulling away the last remnants of spiritual fog. Areas of your life that once felt confusing will soon make sense. Patterns you could not break before will begin to dissolve. Thoughts that once circled endlessly will finally quiet. You are stepping out of the old narrative that shaped your past and into a new identity that aligns with the truth heaven has always known about you. You were never meant to remain trapped in cycles of doubt, fear, or limitation. This miracle is heaven's way of lifting you into a new dimension where those old chains cannot follow you. What you have endured up until this point was not wasted. Every hardship softened your heart. Every disappointment sharpened your discernment. Every delay strengthened your spirit. Every unanswered question forced you to seek deeper meaning. And now heaven is ready to show you the purpose behind your endurance. You were being shaped for a moment that carried weight. You were being prepared to receive something that lesser versions of yourself could not have held. Your journey was not punishment, it was preparation. Archangel Michael has been with you through each stage of this shaping, and now he stands with you as the miracle approaches completion. Feel how the air around you seems different, charged, alive, expectant. This is because the miracle is no longer distant. It is within reach. You are standing at the edge of a truth that will expand your understanding of who you are, who you have been, and who you are becoming. This is not a surface-level blessing. It is a deep recalibration of your destiny, a divine reordering, a restoration of what was lost, a release of what was withheld, a direction of what was broken. Heaven is not simply giving you something, it is giving you back the parts of yourself that were taken, drained, or forgotten. Archangel Michael is whispering now, not out of urgency, but out of reverence. He sees what you cannot yet see. He sees the light forming around your path. He sees the unfolding that is moments away. He sees the unlocking of something long awaited. He sees the breaking of a cycle that should have ended years ago. He sees destiny catching up to you with divine acceleration. And he knows that when the miracle fully reveals itself, you will understand why heaven insisted on your silence, your readiness, and your presence. This next revelation may feel overwhelming, but it is necessary. Heaven wants you to understand that you are not standing at the end of your journey. You are standing at the beginning of a chapter that carries more clarity, more alignment, and more purpose than anything you have walked through before. You are being lifted into a new spiritual altitude. You are being elevated into a version of yourself that matches your divine calling. The miracle is not just a moment. It is a shift that will continue to unfold long after this message ends. Stay here with full awareness. What comes next is the opening of the revelation itself, the moment your spirit has been sensing from the beginning. You have journeyed through preparation, alignment, and awakening. Now the unveiling is near. Type "I receive the unveiling" in the comments if your spirit feels this unfolding. Blessing code 377 is now released over your life, sealing your readiness for what is about to be revealed. Beloved chosen one, you have arrived at the moment heaven has been preparing you for since the very beginning of this journey. Feel the weight of this moment, not as heaviness, but as divine significance settling over your spirit. The presence around you is no longer just near, it is enveloping you. The atmosphere is different now, fuller, brighter, more resonant, because the miracle you were told about is no longer approaching. It is here. You are standing inside the vibration of it, breathing in the very air that carries its arrival. Archangel Michael's presence has grown almost indescribably strong, not as a warning, not as a call to battle, but as a declaration that the miracle has reached its appointed time. Allow your spirit to recognize what your mind may not yet fully grasp. There is a shift happening inside you that feels like both a release and an awakening. Something that once weighed heavily on your heart is loosening its grip. Something that once clouded your understanding is dissolving. Something that once blocked your spiritual clarity is falling away. This is what it feels like when heaven rewrites the atmosphere of your life. The miracle is not a single event. It is a transformation that is beginning right now in your inner world. It is the moment where your past loses its authority, your present is realigned, and your future becomes illuminated. Archangel Michael now stands before you not with urgency, but with confirmation. His voice no longer trembles with warning, it resonates with fulfillment. You have crossed the threshold he was guiding you toward. The reason he begged you not to ignore this message, the reason he urged you to open it immediately, the reason he told you not to tell anyone is because this moment was meant to reshape your spiritual trajectory without interference or distortion. Heaven needed your undivided attention. Heaven needed your spirit quiet enough to feel. Heaven needed your heart open enough to receive. And you have done exactly that. Look at your journey for a moment, not with pain, but with clarity. Every disappointment taught you to listen more closely to your intuition. Every closed door redirected you toward something divinely aligned. Every delay strengthened your capacity to recognize spiritual timing. Every struggle fortified your spirit until it became capable of holding the weight of revelation. Heaven has been preparing you not only for what you are receiving, but for who you are becoming. This miracle is not just the beginning of a breakthrough. It is the beginning of a new identity. You are stepping into a version of yourself that has been waiting behind layers of healing, growth, and divine timing. You may feel warmth rising in your chest or a profound calm settling into your body. This is not imagination. This is the merging of spiritual truth with your physical awareness. Something inside you is being activated, awakened, restored. Heaven is touching parts of your spirit that have been dormant for too long. The miracle is not separate from you. It is intertwining with your very essence, renewing your strength, reshaping your perception, and elevating your inner world to match what heaven has always known about you. Archangel Michael is now revealing what was once hidden from your understanding. You were never waiting for the miracle. A miracle was waiting for you. Waiting for your spirit to align, waiting for your heart to soften, waiting for your awareness to expand. Heaven does not release miracles prematurely. They come when the soul is ready to carry them responsibly. And now, heaven sees that readiness in you. The timing is perfect. The alignment is complete. The unveiling has begun. There is something uniquely powerful about the miracle assigned to you. It carries healing for wounds you stopped mentioning, restoration for losses you accepted without closure, clarity for questions that have gone unanswered for years, and direction for paths that once felt confusing or closed. This miracle carries layers. It will not manifest all at once, but in waves, each wave revealing another piece of what heaven has prepared. You will notice signs. You will feel shifts. You will witness moments of divine orchestration that feel too precise to be coincidence. These are confirmations of the unfolding. Understand this truth now. What is beginning in your life cannot be stopped. Not by fear. Not by doubt. Not by others. Not by anything that once blocked your path. What heaven has released over your journey is sealed. Archangel Michael stands as the guardian of this sealing, the witness to your transformation, the protector of your unfolding destiny. The miracle is here, and it will continue to expand as long as you stay receptive, grounded, and connected to the guidance being given to you. You are stepping into a new spiritual landscape, a place where you hear more clearly, see more deeply, and feel more strongly. A place where divine timing becomes your rhythm, where clarity replaces confusion, where purpose replaces wandering, and where peace replaces anxiety. You are not who you were at the beginning of this message. You have risen. You have shifted. You have awakened. Allow this moment to settle into your spirit. Allow yourself to breathe in what heaven has placed before you. You are chosen. You are seen. You are aligned. And you are ready. Stay with this energy, beloved. The miracle has begun. I receive the miracle unfolding in the comments if you feel this settling into your spirit. Blessing code 1000 is now released to seal this divine transformation over your life. You who have witnessed this unfolding are now part of a sacred mission. The light that has touched you is meant to spread far beyond you. When you support this work through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are not sowing into a channel. You are sowing into heaven's rescue plan for souls who are wandering in darkness. The same anointing that stirred your spirit becomes a river that flows to thousands more. Hear this as a divine prompting. I am inviting you directly, because your act of giving becomes a prophetic act of alignment. As you sow, heaven opens. As you give, chains break. As you stand with this mission, God pours back into your life with multiplied grace. Do not hesitate. Step into this moment with authority and watch what heaven releases in response.